Welcome back! To start us off, we got some timestamps on the video, then I got an explanation of the build, plus all the weapons we used, and a little fashion at the end. If you like what you see, I stream every day, besides Sunday, over on Twitch, and in the description we got a Discord with over 1,300 members. I appreciate you guys all. Enjoy the video, man. Alright, let's talk about Wisp and our build and what we have going on here. Okay, first we'll talk about the abilities, then we'll talk about the mods and the slotted arcanes, and we'll move on to the primaries, all that kind of stuff. Alright, first of all, we got our passive. So when we jump, we are invisible. This is overpowered, and I'll tell you why. Because when you're playing Warframe, you're almost always in the air. So this just is incredibly good. We're always jumping, and it pairs very well with the Zaw. Our first ability, we do not use the Vitality mode. This is not good in the terms of Cascade. This is good in any other content, but for us, this is bad. We only use the Haste mode and the Shock mode. Our second ability, this is overpowered. This is why we don't run Rolling Guard. This gives us 3 seconds of time invulnerable every time we double cast 2. This is basically Rolling Guard, just you have it whenever you want. Now, if you don't double cast, you just single cast, you are invisible. So anytime you're going into an exo, throw out your Will-O-Wisp, and you'll be invisible the entire time you're in said exo. Our 3, Breeze Surge. We don't really use this all too often. Pre-1999 update, we did used to use this. That's why we had a little bit of range, but we don't anymore. Our 4, Wrathful Advance. This is so we get our Zaw into the high crits. This is extremely good. It has a very good duration on it, and it has a lot of melee crit chance. Now, for our actual build, we have Archon Stretch because of our first ability. It's Shock Mote. This will give us the effects of Archon Stretch almost constantly. We run Holster Amp and Vigorous Swap, so we have 225% damage on equipped. When you are using the Zaw, you'll see me in the videos. I'm always aiming as I jump up, and then I throw my Exodia. That's because when you throw your Exodia, it will pull out your melee, and you will get the benefits of this. Prime Continuity, obviously more duration. Prime Flow, more energy. Transient Fortitude, and Blind Rage for an excessive amount of strength. Blind Narrow-Minded so that we get more duration as well. Ice Spring, you can switch this out. Like, this is not mandatory. However, I like to move around the map at incredible rates. So this is what I run. And Precision Intensify so that we can buff out our Wrathful Advance. We run Arcane Corrupt Secular because, again, anytime we jump, we are invisible. So we almost always have Arcane Corrupt Secular. Exodia Contagion Zaw, when you have to double jump or bullet jump to actually get Exodia Contagion. So this means we always have a 3x final crit multiplier, and we also always have the 30% ability strength. Arcane Fury, we run this for just straight up base damage. I mean, you're hitting a critical hit every single time you throw your Exodia. This is perfect for this build. I would say these two are pretty standard and mandatory. The only thing you could probably switch out on this is probably your Ice Spring. Our shards. Okay, we have 3 Tau Violet shards. All 3 are melee crit damage, and it doubles when it's over 500 max energy on the frame. These are mandatory, as well as the Emerald Shard for the max stacks of Corrosive. This is also mandatory. Now, you can switch this out to whatever you feel like, anything you feel might be quality of life. I run Parkour Velocity because I like to move around the map again. You can run whatever you want in this slot. All right, let's talk about our weapons. Firstly, we got Burst in Prime. This is nothing but a stat stick. We just want Amalgam Serration. We want minus zoom while gliding. This is nothing incredible or nothing important. This is for a little bit more movement speed while aiming. Again, you can run whatever you want in this slot. This is just what I chose. Our secondary, this is going to be our primer. So what you want is Corrosive Heat with a magnetic prognator. You do not have to use Cycron. This is just my opted for secondary. This is very, very good. It has regenerating ammo, so you never have to reload. This is the build. It's nothing too crazy. I run a Valga Barrel Diffusion so that I get the dodge speed. I just went for a fire rate status chance on my Riven. You do not have to run a Riven if you don't have one. Just slot in Gunslinger and slot of your Riven. This Riven slot. So I run Encumber. You don't have to run Encumber either. You can run Fortifier if you want an extra layer of survivability for whatever reason. Just jump. I don't know why you would need that. However, it's the options, right? Everybody wants options. And for our melee, so first off, let me show you right here. You can see the build, the Vargeet 2 Ruhang, the Rab V, and the Stung. Now, this is what I run on my. We run the Exotic Contagion level 0. You don't need a max rank Contagion. Respectfully, you're not a sniper. Like, what is this? You're Chris Kyle in the chat, bro. Melee exposure, just pop your 2 every time you go into an exo. It'll keep this up at 100% all the time. Your Riven, you just want toxin damage. If you don't have a Riven, slot in Fever Strike. It'll still one-shot as long as you prime enough. Everything else is pretty standard. You condition overload, so you get a bunch of base damage on status effects. And because you're priming and then jumping and throwing your melee, this is perfect. The Rab V is very, very slow when it comes to melee. So Prime Fury is perfect for us. Prime Pressure Point, Shock, so we get corrosive damage. Organ Shatter, more crit damage. Gladiator Might, more crit damage. This is a very, very standard build. Alright, so real quick, I'll show you guys my companion, my dog, my Kubero, whatever you want to call it. I run this because I wanted Resourceful Retriever. This is the main thing I wanted. I just wanted to double Steel Essence. I wanted to double all my resource drops. This does that for me, no problem. Reinforced Bond and Tenacious Bond are also mandatory. You have to have both of these. Like, less likely Reinforced Bond just because it doesn't really give you a benefit. However, it does make you shoot your primer faster, so you get all the statuses on them, in turn making it so you can get a quicker kill on the Thrax. Everything else is pretty much subject to change. Like, you could change out all of these mods. You could change out these mods. Ideally, you keep Fetch because obviously it pulls things into you. We're not Mastery rank 1 if you're seeing this. Now, to get Tenacious Bond, you want to make sure you have Bite. You only have to level it up, so you have 50% crit chance here. Anything after that is kind of like you're trying to kill level cap with a fucking dog, and that is insane. Now, if you want to see my fashion for my Wisp Prime, here it is. The Valesti Sedana, it is Tenogen, so is the skin. And here are the attachments I ran with it. If you guys enjoyed the video, I appreciate you guys stopping by, man. I hope to see you guys in the stream. Take care. Have a good one. Cheers.